Well, I don't know about where you are, but the weather here has been crazy. It's supposed to be spring, and it has been freezing and hot and cold and rainy, and well, I'm ready for some warm weather. And it's finally just starting to show some signs of spring. The flowers are starting to pop out. I was just able to plant some flowers on my front porch, and I really need to get my front entrance together. So in today's show, I'm going to show you how I made a couple of really beautiful hanging door bouquet baskets filled with spring flowers. And I'll show you how you can make these using all dollar store pieces and even add a few Easter items for the holiday. Coming up next. So I was looking at different wreaths to try to get an idea of what I wanted to do this year. And I loved the idea of using tulips, but I wanted to do something different. Then I saw this one, this hanging bouquet basket. I just loved it. It's really simple, just a bouquet of flowers in a basket. It feels so spring-like. I think you can find these on Etsy. This was made by Whimsical Door. So I want to create something like this for my doors, but maybe with different flowers, maybe some tulips. And since I have tons of flowers left over from my projects, I'm going to sort through my supplies and see what I have and use those. And I think I do have some tulips. Now I know I won't be able to find a flat basket to hang on my door, so I'm going to have to create something for that. So here's what I decided to do. I'm going to use a couple of small easels that I found at Dollar Tree, burlap material, nautical rope, and burlap ribbon. For my bouquet, I pulled out some nice springy flowers that I had in my stash. And optional for an Easter look, I may be adding these sequence eggs. All these items you can find at Dollar Tree. I will also be using the hot glue gun with Gorilla Glue sticks. Okay, so I needed a basket with a flat back to be against the door, and I saw these small easels, and I thought maybe I could do something that was shaped more like a triangle. So with this turned upside down, I could open the easel and have an opening for the flowers, and the back part would be flat to fit well up against the door. So I think what I'm going to do is first open this front part up and put some hot glue on the edges of the other two pieces, and then move it to the angle that I want it to be open. And I'll put that hot glue on the outside on the back also, and the hot glue is just to keep it in place at the angle that I want it opened. And I'll do that to both my easels. I have a double front door, so that's why I'm making two of these. And then I'll just stand these up and let these dry completely. And I did not open these too wide, maybe at a 30-degree angle, just enough to slip my flowers in. Okay, so now that the hot glue is dry, I'm going to take this little screw part off because it's a little too bulky. And I want to cover my frame with some burlap material. And I got this piece of burlap material. I think it's about a yard. I got this from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to open this all the way up. It already has a crease here at the top, and I think I'm going to fold that over and use that as the top part of my basket as a sort of burlap rim. And I'll use a little hot glue to tack that down. So I turned the material over and I'm placing my frame right in the center, right below the rim. So I'm going to put a little hot glue right there at the top point and attach that to the top of the material, leaving a little bit like a finger space above it. I'm going to put a little hot glue at the bottom. I'm folding the material over at the bottom, and then I'm going to put some hot glue on the wood frame to attach the material. And next I'm going to need to put two little holes in the material so that the arms can go through. And make sure you position the holes so that the material fits snug in the front, going around to the side and the back. Then I'm going to stretch the material around the back and hot glue it to the frame. And I'll just go through and cut the material and fold it over and make sure if it's snug on the back, go into the front. I'm going to do the other side, the other sleeve, and hot glue that down. And just close the back up. I'm going to fold down the two ends in the back and hot glue that down so that it looks something like this on the front. And this on the back, and the inside looks like this. I can slip my flowers in here. To make the body of this look more like a basket, I'm using this nautical rope. I'm going to start at the bottom edge and put a good deal of hot glue, and to glue the rope on, I'm going to make sure I use Gorilla glue sticks. It'll hold up much better in the weather. So that first piece, the first contact, I'm going to hold it out for a little bit, make sure it sticks. In those first two rows, you want to put a good deal of glue on the material. And after that, you can just put dots of glue in different sections, like in the front and the back, or on the sides as you go around. And just continue going around until you get to the end. And then you want to continue that piece with another row. You're going to need about 2 rows of this nautical rope for this project. And I am at the end of my second piece, so I'm going to end it right here in the back. And as you can see, it doesn't go all the way up to my burlap rim. So what I'm going to do, since my inspiration piece does have a bow on it, I'm going to put a bow in between the top burlap rim and the basket rope part. And instead of the burlap color ribbon, like in an inspiration piece, I think I want to use a colored ribbon. There was some pretty different colored ribbons at Dollar Tree. This dark green. There was a pink, and there was also this really pretty grass green color. Looks more subtle and natural. I think I like this one better. So after positioning the ribbon on the piece, I marked where I need to put a hole to put that arm through. And I'm going to slip that ribbon right underneath, tuck it into the rim part, and in between that and the rope, so that it looks like it's sitting inside in between the two. And since I know now that that rope won't go all the way up to the rim, so I won't have to tuck this in again, for my next one I'm going to put the ribbon down first after the burlap and then add the rope on top of it. So when you're doing this, you can start off with the burlap, then the ribbon, and then the rope. So anyway, I did the same with both my two pieces, and now I want to add a bow in front. With the rest of the ribbon that I have left over, I'm going to cut it in half and use one piece for each of my two baskets. So I'm going to tie a nice size bow, and since I have double doors, I'm going to put one bow on the left side and the other bow will go on the right side of the basket. So to attach my bows, I'm going to just cut a piece of wire and thread the wire through the bow on the back and pull the wire through the ribbon and the burlap to the inside of the basket, and I'm going to cut the wire and just roll it inward. For the top strap, instead of using the burlap material, I think I'm going to use this rope. That'll make it look more like it's part of the basket. And I'll use these two handles on the end to attach the rope. I'm just going to do a simple knot with some excess at the bottom. I want to be able to take this loose easily because I'm not sure how much rope I'm going to need to hang from my door. And then I'll just turn it over and tie the back with the excess and tuck that in. So now my two baskets are ready to be filled with flowers. So I'm just going to sit this basket in this vase so it's upright and I can arrange my flowers. I'm going to start off with some greenery that's going to be in the background. The piece that I like had these beautiful, delicate leaves that you could see in the background and flowing on the sides of the basket. I couldn't find leaves like that at Dollar Tree, so I got the closest thing I could. These evergreen type leaves will fill up the basket. And I found these succulents that look more delicate and they're a nice light green color. I'm going to use these to fill up the basket and flow over the sides and just sort of shoot out like those light green leaves on the piece that I like. And it should look really nice poking through the flowers. For my flowers, like I said, I want to use different flowers, more spring-like. Instead of the red peonies, I'm going to start with lavender and fan those out. I think I'll add some yellow sprays. And the main flower I want to add are tulips. But these tulips need some help. The petals are kind of wobbly and they don't really look like tulips. So I want them to be more closed like this. So I am going to shape these or put these back into shape and close them and put some hot glue on the petals to keep them in the shape that I want. Something more like this. This looks more like the tulip that I'd like to see. So I'm going to do that to each of these. Now I can add my tulips to my bouquet, and I'm going to start by placing them all the way in the back. And I'll just move each head and position it where I want it to be. And I think I'll finish this off by adding some white sprays. And I think that's the perfect amount of flowers. I don't want it to be too much. I want it to be very simple and very spring-like. And here are the two baskets together, and I love them because with the shape of it, so that it's tapered, it looks like a wrapped bouquet basket. And it also still has that elegant, bold, simple look that I loved about the inspiration one. And this will be perfect on my doors all throughout spring and even into summer. But if you wanted to dress this up for the holidays, for Easter, I found these sequined eggs, and what you can do is just poke some skewers in them, cut them shorter, and then you can just stick a few of them in a basket. And when Easter's over, you can just take them out. So now let's go hang these on my door and see what they look like. I'm going to put the rope right here, and actually this is the perfect height. I don't even have to adjust the rope. I can still see the straps, and I think it's at a good level. Now it's really looking like spring. Love those bouquets on the door. Or sometimes I like to hang my wreaths from my light sconces outside, because sometimes I don't like anything distracting from the ironwork that's on the front door. Wow, these look really nice from the lights, hanging from the lights also. I'm not sure. What do you think? Should I hang them from the light sconces, or should I hang them on my double doors? I think I'm gonna let you guys decide. So please let me know what you think. Should I leave them up on the sconces, or should I put them on the door. Oh, also with or without the Easter eggs. So please leave me some suggestions in the comments below, and I'll do whatever you all decide. So until then, here's to a consistently warm spring, and I'll see you all in the next video. Want more detailed instructions on some of these projects? On my Etsy store, for just a few dollars, you can get instant digital downloads of full-color step-by-step instructions with templates for some of your favorite projects. And check out my Amazon page, where you can pick up my multi-surface acrylic metallic paint. Get 20% off now through the end of August 2022. Mix millions of colors and create endless home beauty for indoor and outdoor projects. And while you're there, pick up my Book of Elegant Home Crafts Volume 1 with all your favorite projects together in one big, beautiful, colored, step-by-step instruction book. You can now get separate e-project booklets, and also full-color printed project booklets will be available on Amazon. On my Amazon page, you'll see all my favorite crafting tools and supplies used on this show, and you can add them all to your cart for the one-click, fast and easy shopping and delivery convenience of Amazon. I'll be working every day to make crafting fun and easy for you. Follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV on all social media for extra home, food, and gardening tips.